Welcome or welcome back to iGaming. Today we're going to be talking about Myst Survival and their 0.6.0 progress update. The developer has done a hell of a lot of work, and 0.6.0 looks like it could potentially be the biggest update yet. There is loads of new stuff going into it, and we'll go over that in just a second, but first subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around if you're a fan of Myst Survival, because we cover it here very regularly, especially when there's new updates. Before we jump into the little bits of 0.6.0, the developer has a little bit of note on what he's been doing for January. He's mostly been focusing on moving the project to UE5. From the first test, there's some legacy systems that don't work, such as car physics, which is going to be reworking anyway, and a world partition, a new UE5 feature, which will greatly reduce stutter levels during streaming, but there are still many parts that need to be optimized. For January, what he's been working on is bandit reworks, UE5 migration, new infected bosses, 3D models for the regular NPCs, and a new female NPC, some new quest systems and animations, a secret lab interior, new lighting and lighting optimizations, and co-op. Players, movements, guns, and bows. A hell of a load of stuff going into this progress update. When it's going to be launched is yet to be seen. There is no date on this, but there is a hell of a load of stuff. And what he's done this time around is in the form of videos. So there's not really too much from the letter, but we'll go over all these new videos and a few screenshots from a few of these new secret locations. So first up, we have the bandit rework, and this is intended to move around, pretty much change how the bandits move and their responsiveness to you by the looks of it. And they do look like they're actually moving a hell of a lot better, rather than literally running at you and getting themselves killed, which, to be fair, is quite helpful for you. It looks like they're going to be using cover much more effectively. So beforehand, they'd sort of sit on the edge of cover rather than actually do anything about you being there. But it does look like they've changed that now, which is good. I would say they, like it's a big team, but it is just one guy. Myst Survival is made by one person, if you didn't know. It's like they're using cover much more effectively, though. Beforehand, they'd sort of just sit on the edge like this and not actually bother with anything. But no, they're actively seeking cover. They're trying to get away from you and get in a nice firing position, which is good. It's going to make combat much more difficult. Combat with the bandits is relatively easy when you get to the later stages of the game and you've got some good weapons and some good, decent gear behind you. But early on, they can be a real challenge. Next up, we have the new Screamer, which she looks brutal. I love that. It looks absolutely insane. There's a few little images as well that will pop up on the top left-hand corner, are the works in progress type thing, which, very cool. She looks scary, man. Wow. I think this is definitely one of the best enemies that we've seen. That's brutal. Look at her. That is terrifying. Next up, we have Lumen Interior Lighting, alongside a few screenshots, which once again I'll pop up in the top left-hand corner. This looks absolutely stunning. The new lighting is just going to be phenomenal. I love that darkness, even in the day. The way the light's reflecting off of certain things as well, especially water on the floor, that looks wicked. Those gunshots look very cool. Yeah, that is nice. That's very nice. Going to add a much more of a sort of horror and atmospheric feeling to it. Even some of the screenshots, some of those were taken, I think they were taken in UE4, but they still look stunning. I think once this is in UE5, it's going to be brilliant. You know, unlike the day before as well, it's not going to take a 6 months delay to take it up to UE5, which is, I mean, that's phenomenal, that. And this is done by one man. Amazing. Ah, that's my old house, that barn. That looks really cool, though. Love that. I think the game looks really good anyway. There's just going to be a massive improvement on it. That's cool. Brightens it up quite a bit, just opening a few of the windows. Very nice. Oh, I can't wait for this update. It's going to be insane. So next up, we've got a few not screenshots here, a few little images. First off is the 3D model render for the regular female NPCs. So we've got a few new NPCs that I haven't got a clue what's going on there. So it's someone from The Last of Us. But yeah, what's that? 10? Nice, alright, cool. That's a big chunk. Good old T-pose. Love it, love it. And then next is Quest Systems and Animations, which I haven't got a clue what that is. It's not really been spoke about before, as far as I can tell or find. So very interested to see what this is going to be when it finally comes out. It's like removing some form of power cell, potentially. So there's going to be emissions, could be somewhere in the secret lab, which we'll look at in just a second. But heading in and maybe doing something to turn it on, or could be a puzzle. You gotta activate certain cores or whatever it is in a certain order. It's interesting to see. Because obviously that's what we're taking in and out there, whatever that is. It does look like some sort of power system. But it could be something else. Interesting. It could be, like I do think this is how we're going to have to power the lab to actually get it up and running. Similar to the mine shaft where you go in and you fight the berserker down there, and then you've got to power the lift to get it up and running and get it back up to the top. So I think this could be something similar. Like this, coming back, awesome. See, it looks so cool. All these servers here, I do have a feeling that power cell is going to be powering stuff like this, which that's an electronic door down there with a keypad. That's going to be what gets us into the bottom, or the pits of this lab. And it looks like it could be where the infection first started, or where they're taking the mutants to basically work on them and figure out what's going on. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for is the the co-op devlog. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the... Nice, nice. Alright. Multiplayer is just going to be so insane. I wonder why there's no heads. So they're going through all the weapons. Alright. I wonder if there's any like co-op. Something that I would love to see is jumping on the old oh, hello. Oh, we got shot. Oh, it missed. And we missed. So that is it for progress update number 1. Co-op looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait to try it out. I'm hoping, I don't know if there'll be a PvP or not, but I'm assuming they might add something along those lines. I think that'll be a lot harder than just adding general, co-op. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Very excited for 0.6.0. Hopefully it comes soon. We haven't seen a date or anything like that yet, but we shall see. Now, we're going to wrap that one up there, but before I go, I do want to mention that we now have a second channel called Game Watch, and what we cover on that is anything from new releases to studio news, and pretty much every game genre that we could think of. If I think it looks cool or it's interesting or people want to see it, then I'll give it a blast. Rather than just survival stuff, it is a mix of pretty much everything. We're not scaling anything back on Wired Gaming. Wired Gaming is still the main channel. The second one is just there. A bit of fun. I thought we've been doing this for a while, so I want to test it out, and hopefully it works out, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let me know what you think down below about Mist Survival's progress update. Let me know in the comments. For now, I've been Wired, you've been awesome. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and we will see you in the next one.